Welcome everyone to the first part of the bone chip series. I'm going to go to Qeynos. Okay, we're in North Qeynos and we are looking for an NPC by the name of Lashun Novashine. And he hangs out usually here in the Qeynos newbie garden, along with 2 or 3 other NPCs. He is a roamer. He is with the cleric faction of North Qeynos, so you're going to have a high enough faction if you're an evil character to deal with him. If you are unable to, you can always use invisible spells to do turn-ins with him, or use illusion potions. There's a couple other ways you can use. Rogues can use sneak, and a couple other techniques you can use. Here he is right here. I'm going to go ahead and hail him and see if he stops. And he did. Once you hail him, he gives you this little speech and tells you about he's a humble priest of Rods at Knife, the prime healer. Goes on to tell you about how he cures disease and heals all wounds. If you give him the phrase, I need healing, that will start the quest for turning in bone chips. And he tells you he'll cure and heal all that seek it, but you have to pay a price in return with a small donation of 2 gold pieces. And as proof of your desire to rid Norath of all the evil, you also have to bring him 2 bone chips. So I'm going to go ahead and give him 2 gold pieces. Turn that into him here. And he casts a heal spell on me, whether I need it or not. And you get several faction modifiers here, all by +1 to Priests of Life, Knights of Thunder, Guards of Qeynos, and Antonius Bale. You do get a negative hit with the Blood Sabers, which are the evil Necros and Shadow Knights for the Qeynos area. This is important if you are a enchanter, because part of the Enchanter's epic quest, you will have to deal with both the good and evil factions here in Qeynos to continue your epic quest. So you may have to do some faction work. You may be too high or too low with them. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give him 2 bone chips. And I'm going to hand them in. He's got 4 slots. I'm going to hand them in separate slots. And again, he casts a healing spell, and I get the same faction modifiers, both positive and negative for the ones I mentioned before. Now, it says I gain a little experience. That's actually a lie. They nerfed the experience on this quest turn-in because what people were doing was just, like I did, I bought several stacks of bone chips, and potentially you could just turn them in and gain experience and levels and not really do anything else but that. So, of course, they nerfed that aspect of it. I believe if you are a very low level character, say level 1 through 5, you will see a small amount of experience gain. I'm going to go ahead and let him walk out to the front here. Well, I guess he stopped. Let me hail him again. What I wanted to do was experiment and see if I could turn in multiple stacks of bone chips. In the old days, this would not work. It may work now. So let me go ahead and try that. And I'm going to fill up all 4 slots here and see what happens. And I'm using stacks of 2 for a total of 8 bone chips. And I'm going to reel up here. There was the first 2. 1, 2. Okay, so it didn't work. It only accepted the first 2 slots of bone chips and basically ate the other ones. So it did not work to turn in multiple stacks and more than 1 in each stack. So you have to do it 2 at a time with this NPC. 1 and... Yep. All right, so I have confirmed that. There are other NPCs across the land that you can turn bone chips into, and that'll be in the following videos in this series. And I will repeat that experiment with them. There have been reports that you could turn in, stacks of 100 or even more and get all the faction modifiers, and I have now proved that that's not true. So I'm going to end this video now, and please watch the following videos for the other areas.